We got more room. We got this. Welcome in, y'all. Y'all are joining in. Hello, if you have not yet. All good. Woo. My name is Jeremy. We are going to be working on your side body today. Talk about it in class. It's a fun thing to muse on, but we are doing it today. We're going to make it happen. No props necessary. I'm going to have 2 blocks with me, so if you have blocks or if you want to completely mimic everything that I'm doing here, you may want to grab some of those blocks. If you don't have them, all good. You don't need anything aside from a mat. You don't even need your mat. You can do this crap on the carpet. Just find a space. We got about 10 minutes-ish before we start. So if you're joining up now, get settled. Grab any props that you may need, that you'd like to have along this journey. That may change along the way, but we'll see. So get settled. Grab your stuff, water, maybe some wine. I don't know. Why not? Let's get this started. About 10 minutes. Take your time. Get set up. Perfect. All right, again, welcome in, you guys, if you're just now getting started and joining up. My name is Jeremy. We're going to work on some side body stretch, but as you know, with if you've been following along with my class, stretching doesn't necessarily mean we're just going to pull on your muscles and be sedentary. We're going to warm them up to stretch. So prep your mind for that. Prep your body for it too. Grab any props that you need. I got some water. I'm going to have some tissue set up as well. Again, allergies are still relentless. So if you're struggling with that, grab yourself some tissues as well so you don't have to step off your mat. It can be all about this next hour or so together. Another thing before we get started, again, about 5 minutes or so before we start, any of these classes that are coming up, especially if you see the teachers and you know their Instagram, or if you have connected with them on social media, myself especially would love to get requests. So if you have an idea about somewhere you want to go, or if there's been something on your body that's been bothering you, a little bit of pain or tightness, or had a question today about advanced postures and how to really incorporate them into your class, reach out to us. Again, these classes are for y'all, so whatever we can do to make these a little more conducive for you, whether that's slow it down, speed it up. I know myself especially am willing to work with that to make these a little more beneficial for you. So anytime that you have a question, please reach out to us, especially now. Like there's very few things that would inhibit from reaching out and talking and having those conversations like that. So very open to it. If you have those questions, feel inclined, reach out. My handle is on here at JairPose for my Instagram. Also, we're still taking donations for all of these classes. So if you're enjoying these classes, or if this is your first time here, we're accepting donations for our Teacher Relief Fund. All of the proceeds go to us. It's all divided between us. So it's been a huge help thus far. So thank you so much if you've supported, and if you can, please do. And even if you can't, thank you so much for being here regardless. About 3 minutes before we start. And if you're already itching to go, we're going to start on your backs. So if you want to go ahead and start there, you may go ahead. Anytime I start on my back, again, my low back is extra tight. My hamstrings are pretty tight as well. So I like to take blocks underneath my knees. So stretch yourself out like you're going to lay down. And then bend your legs slightly and slide a block. Maybe that's a couple of rolled up towels, or if you have some throw pillows on your couch. Anything that'll just prop up to keep a slight bend in your knees. That can keep you with your low back connected to the ground. So try that for a moment, again, while we're still waiting to get fully started. Where are you able to connect your low back completely to the ground? And does the bend in your knees help that become a little easier? And if so, keep that bend in your knees. Anytime you're in mountain pose, in warrior two, chair pose, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold, all of these poses can take more strain out of your low back by bending into your knees. So if this is already feeling good and you feel like you've made some space, I want you to check in with every posture that you can bend your knees in and see if you're able to gain a little bit of space there. Let your arms get a little wider out. Maybe float them off the ground and try to extend them out away from your body. So flatten your shoulders onto the mat, your shoulders and your back. Stretch your arms out and then relax them back down, let them touch. And this will be where we start, Shavasana. Now, whether this flat posture with stillness is what you want, or if you're craving movement and your body is throwing a fit, or maybe mind is throwing a fit, can you settle into either of those? So not necessarily what you want. But can you settle into learning from whatever presents itself? So if a little anxiousness, a little anxiety, a little jittery is showing itself, accept it, acknowledge it. Maybe find gratitude, or maybe even stronger, maybe find some love for it. And the same thing, if this is what you've been craving all day and you're stoked to be lying on the ground, find some thankfulness for it. Soak in your surroundings with a bit of neutrality, without adding a story or adding a good filter or a bad filter. Just notice the sounds, notice the smells, notice the temperature. And be there unaffected by it. Deepen our breath together. Take an inhale through your nose as a communal breath in. And then open mouth, side out. Do that again. Breathe in through your nose a little slower. Exhale through your mouth a little slower. One more time. In. Side out. Just as long. Breathe in through your nose. Seal your lips at the top. Then exhale through your nose. Ujjayi breathing. Keep that going. In and out through your nose. One more full round of breath with your Ujjayi breathing. Controlled, constricted. And then all together, inhale, good morning stretch. Reach your hands above your head. Get long through your entire body. Flex your toes towards your face. Keep your heels on the ground. Take a big breath in. Keep flexing your toes towards your face. Then exhale, point your toes towards the end of your mat. So you stretch out your spine. You're going to drag your body down by pulling your heels toward your body, pointing your toes away. Full breath. Then release that pressure. And then Bananasana. We're going to take a side bend stretch towards the right. So reach your right hand over towards the right side of your mat. Begin to follow it with your left hand. And then same thing with your right foot. Bring it over towards the right side of your mat. Follow it with your left foot until you make this dope banana shape. Belly will stay relatively where it started. So just your arms, just your legs reach over and across. And then what flatness can you apply to your back here? One side's probably going to try to lift. And what calmness can you apply to that tension of trying to create flatness? Inhale back through to center. And then other side, left hand over towards the left, follow it with your right. And then left foot to the left, follow it with your right. Once again, banana shape through your body. Reach your hands up above you, press your feet down away from you. So you're still lengthening. And each round of breath with all this tension is going to stretch out your engaged muscles. It'll help you find some more space. One more breath. And then come back through to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. And we'll take this into a twist. So stretch your left leg long, hug your right knee in. Pull it towards your chest. You can get even deeper here. Round your forehead up towards your knees. You flatten your entire low back towards the ground. Drive your left foot forward, so you're sliding it towards the front of the room. Take one more breath in. Then exhale, relax your head down. Twist towards the left. Supine twist. If there's limited space, you can keep your right arm bent, more like a goalpost. But pull your left leg or right leg over towards the left. And then breathe. Inhale through center. Switch out your legs. Left knee in, right leg long. Breathe in, maybe again round your forehead towards your knee. Keep pressing your right foot forward, slide it towards the front of the room. One more breath in. And exhale, relax your head and shoulders down, twist towards the right. 3 rounds of breath, just like your first side. Inhale back through to center. Hug both knees towards your chest. Give them a squeeze and then roll up and down the length of your spine. We'll do this a couple times just to get some familiarity through your spine. Again, can you make this roundness through your spine to where this rock back and forth is smooth? And then once that becomes smooth, work all the way up to a seat. Take your legs out long and straight in front of you. All right, we're going to take this into a forward fold. Normally what we reserve for the end of class, we're doing it here. Reach your hands up above your head, breathe in, and exhale, fold over your legs. wings. And again, this may be a lot less deep than you're normally used to getting in this pose, but be there with it. Lift the back of your head so you flatten out your spine. So it's not necessarily about getting your chest as close as you can towards your leg. It's about maintaining that flat spine and then creating the activation to hinge forward. Again, keep yourself engaged to start. Once we start getting deeper into class, when we start to really exhaust your muscles, then you can begin to let go and really start to deepen into your stretches. But allow yourself that time to engage your muscles, get them warmed up, ready to stretch. One more breath. And inhale up through seated, take your hands behind your hips, reverse tabletop. Bend your legs, step your feet in to where when you press onto your feet and hands, you can lift your hips. Then stack your knees on top of your ankles, then lift your hips up in line with your knees. So ensure that you got a nice strong stack. Squeeze your glutes, try to press your hips higher up so that everything on your belly to your hips to your shoulders is level. Then option to relax the crown of your head back. You keep pressing your hips up. 2 breaths. Slowly lower your hips down. Swing your legs to one side. Come up onto hands and knees, tabletop. All right. From hands and knees, tabletop, let's open up through your wrist. And before we start, I want you to take slow, methodical circles. So lift your left hand off the ground, just hover about an inch, and then slightly turn it towards the left. Lift your right hand, slightly turn it towards the right. And then continue with left and right. And rotating your thumbs towards the top of your mat, and then towards the outside edges of your mat, until your fingers point toward your knees. Once you've got that, then we're going to rock back and forth. So now start to play with that mobility. If it's still feeling pretty intense, move your hands a little bit closer towards your legs. You'll get a little more range of motion to work with. And just for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Slow as you entered, begin to unravel your hands. Rotate them back towards the top of your mat. Again, slow as you entered. Once you've got your hands facing forward, then begin wrist rotations. So spin your elbow pits, the bendy part of your elbows forward, and then spin your biceps back. The actual elbow points will come forward. And then reverse. Elbow points in, elbow points out. Slow that down. I don't know if you can hear that left shoulder of mine popping. If you can hear that popping, I want you to slow it down. Slow your movements. And notice where you're adding extra pressure in. Can you slow without adding on too much tension? Again, these movements are about flossing out tension. So can you let go of that? Just for 3. Just 2. 1, lift off your hands, give them a shake if they need it, because we're going right back down into a tabletop. From here, flip to the top of your left foot, send your right leg out straight behind you. All right, from here, take a couple of rounds of breath, start to flex and point your left or your right toes towards the back of your mat and then towards the ground. And just notice what you have to adjust when you start to focus on movement through your right side. All right, let's get some side body activation. Take a breath in here. Take your right leg straight behind you. On your exhale, tap your right knee to your right tricep. So keep this levelness through your shoulders. Press the ground away. Just try to make contact. And then again, inhale, send your right leg out straight. Exhale, try to tap your right tricep. Inhale, straight. Exhale, right tricep. Again, inhale, straight. Exhale, right tricep. We've got this 3 more times, so 6 times in total. Inhale, straight. Exhale to your right. Inhale, straight. Exhale, right. 1 more time. Inhale, straight. Exhale, right. Inhale, back to straight. Tabletop. Left leg, send it out straight. Couple of rounds of breath, point and flex your toes. Again, where can you soften through your shape without letting your body droop? Again, you've got all the lift that you need without excess tension. Come back through to stillness. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Squeeze, slow. Inhale, left, straight. Exhale to your tricep. Inhale, straight. Exhale to your tricep. We got it 3 more times. Inhale, left leg straight. Exhale, tap to the left. Inhale, straight. Exhale, tap. Again, inhale, straight. Exhale, tap. Inhale, straight. Exhale, tabletop. Round of cat-cow. Inhale, pull your belly down and your chest forward. Exhale, press the ground. Round your spine to the ceiling. Come back in through a neutral tabletop. Child's pose. Drop your hips to heels. Walk your hands forward. Allow yourself to get heavy on your mat. And maybe that means walking your hands further forward so you lengthen out. Again, find the depth of your stretch. And then exhale, sink into that stretch. Set your intention here. Again, notice what challenges you along the way. And let that become your point of focus. Whether to adjust, whether to add on so that you can challenge yourself to where that becomes less of a challenge later on. Or if that challenge is necessary in this moment, today, and whether or not you can let it go and choose another route. Either way, breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your hands towards the right. Get a side body stretch on your left side. Your chest and torso can be on your right thigh. Just keep your left hip touching your left heel. Reach your left hand up and over towards the right. So you're continuing to lengthen your hand and your entire side body. Inhale back through to center. Let it settle for a breath, and then over towards the left. Left hand across, right hand to meet it if it can. Hips towards your heels, and then breathe. All right, back through to center, full round of breath to reset. And then shift forward, tabletop. 3 rounds of cat-cow before we move on. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pressing around. 2 more in. Out. 1 more in. Out. This time hold here in your cat pose. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. 4 rounds of breath. Can you stack your shoulders over your hip or over your wrist? Your knees underneath your hips. Full breath. 1 more inhale. Exhale, down dog. Drive your hips up and back. Wiggle your hips. Wiggle your feet. Pedal out. Just get familiar with your shape. All right, 2 more breaths. From down dog, look forward, breathe in. On your exhale, with heel raises, walk to the top of your mat. So lift your left heel high, step your right foot forward, lift your right heel high, step your left foot forward, lift your left heel. So every step, lift your heel to where you stack your hips on top of your shoulders until you can no longer come further forward with legs straight, then forward fold. Bend your knees. And the bend in your knees is so that you can attempt to stack your hips on top of your ankles, even if you have bent legs. Again, the straighter that your legs are, the more that you're overriding any tension in your low back, in your glutes, and your hamstrings. Again, start with the bend first. Allow yourself to be somewhat relaxed within the pose. Then begin to press your feet down. Add on that pressure. And then check in with your breath. Where did your breath go with that added pressure? Hands down to the ground, bend your knees, slide them up to stand. Take it methodically up towards the top of your mat. Head comes up very last. Take it slow. Attempt to avoid getting lightheaded. Seems inevitable for me, but to each their own. We finally get to the top mountain pose. And we're going to take some side body stretch, but in order to side body stretch, you got to have a strong base, right? So step your feet as wide as is comfortable. So feet touching is not for everybody. In fact, that takes, I feel like, my feet a little close together. It kind of overextends my legs. I have a little bit wider hips than that. So a little bit of space. Squeeze your thighs together though, even if they don't touch. Squeeze it, activate there. Reach your hands up. When you reach your hands up, your ribs naturally want to come with you. That's, again, the path of least resistance. Pull your ribs down. Pull your shoulders down. And without over pulling your shoulders, so guide them down towards your side body, lock them into place without necessarily dragging everything down, putting in so much tension that you start to turn white-knuckled and get your veins popping out again. There's this subtlety in this pull. From here, take a breath, and exhale, side body towards, bend towards the right. So right hand down, left hand up, and then over. So keep pressing through your right side. And can you focus more on lengthening up your right side, then stretching your left? So pressing your right hand to right leg. Lift your ribs up a little higher from your right hip, and then side bend on your exhale towards the right. Do that again. Inhale, press and lengthen up. Exhale a little deeper towards the right. One more round. Inhale back through to center. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Ooh, just got a pop. That was nice. Same thing. You're pressurizing left hand into your left side body, your left leg rather. Inhale, lengthen up, press into your leg. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And inhale back up to mountain pose. Reach up. Exhale, straight arm back bend. Your arms stay straight. Reach your thumbs to the back of the room so you get this ramp shape up your back toward your back of your skull. One more breath in. Then exhale, forward fold. Use that length. Fold over your legs. Oh, that's nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, exhale, fold. We're going to do that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Hold here. I have a block here. This helps me get my low back flat. Again, we're attempting to stretch your side body here. So we want to get your spine as long as we can. So bend your knees, squeeze your inner thighs together, press them back. So as if you're trying to drive the inside of your thighs to the back of the room. Then pull your chest forward, draw your belly up and in. So again, you're lengthening your side body. If you lift your hands off your legs, your spine should stay exactly like it is. Because again, you've got your strong core supporting you. If your body droops, or especially if your shoulders droop, squeeze your shoulders together on your back. Press the back of your head up towards the ceiling so you've maintained all of this length. 2 more rounds of breath. Attempt to stretch out your obliques, your side body. Last inhale together. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a bigger bend in your knees and round your forehead towards the ground. From here, plant your hands, step it back to a high plank. All right. High plank is relative to you. If forearm plank sounds better, or if high plank on your knee sounds better, take that high plank. We're going to transition into a side plank. So I'm going to stay on my knees. For those of you who are staying on your feet, you know where to go. If you're using your knees for side plank, I want you to spin your right knee out, or right foot to the right, then stretch your left foot to place in line with your right knee. So your right knee's down, lift your left hand up. Again, can you start to activate your side body here? So drag your right hand towards your right leg or right foot, and the same thing, try to pull your foot towards your hand. So you're activating your lats here to pull and add more tension, more support. One more breath. Exhale back down to your high plank. Again, maybe that's knees down, maybe that's on your toes. And then towards the left. Left foot to the side, or just roll onto your left foot. Reach your right hand up. Again, everything that touches the ground, press it down. Use that to lift everything that's not touching the ground up. Drag your left hand towards your left leg or foot. Activate your side body. One more breath in. Exhale, high plank. This time breathe in and shift forward again. You can stay on your knees. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. All right, from here, cobra pose. Lift to the tops of your feet. Inhale, cobra pose. Now what I've been liking here, especially for side body business like we're working on today, take your thumb and your index finger, you're making this C shape, and then use that C shape to grab around your waist, so right around your hip bones. You can keep your forehead to the ground for support to start. Press the tops of your feet down, your kneecaps will lift up. Then pull your chest forward, draw your belly up and in. Again, the belly drawn in is supportive. Then with that C shape of your thumb and your index finger, press your hips down and try to lengthen your chest a little bit further forward. So again, give your body this bit of awareness of where you're actually stretching from and what is engaging here and what's resisting within all of that. 2 more breaths. Relax your right cheek to the ground, arms alongside your hips, and then wiggle your hips side to side. Let your tension release. Bring your chin back to center, hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank in a straight line. Again, you have the option to use your knees or lift your knees off the ground, press up to plank. Breathe in, exhale, down dog. All right, let's settle for 5 rounds of breath. Last 2, and then we'll repeat that. All right, next breath in, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, again, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your hands above your head. Exhale, side bend to the right, press into your right leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Inhale, back to mountain pose. Exhale, straight arm back bend. If you want to bend your elbows instead, that's a good option as well. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. One side of side plank, each side. Inhale, side plank towards the right. Lift your left hand up. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, side plank to the left. Exhale, back to high plank. Breathe in and shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. One more time of cobra pose. Inhale, lift the chest off the ground, press into the tops of your feet. Maybe lift your hands as well. Maybe take them to your low back. Maybe clasp them so you can stretch your chest. 3 rounds of breath here. One more full round. Stay for your breath in. Release your hands down on your breath out. Tuck your toes. Inhale to a high plank, one straight line. Exhale, down dog, hips up and back. 3 rounds of breath this time. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend towards the right. Inhale, center, switch. Exhale to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. You choose the option. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Different exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Shift forward, lower halfway down or less. Take it slow. Inhale, upward facing. Hold this first round. Squeeze your thighs together, your glutes together. That to press your feet down more, to lift your thighs higher. Lift your hips higher. Pull your chest further forward. And breathe in. Down dog on your breath out. Hips up and back. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right. And from here, lift your right leg high, breathe in. And then on your exhale, swing your right foot across to the left side of your mat and then place your right foot outside of your left foot. So pinky side of your right foot to pinky side of your left foot. Your right shin is on top of your left calf. So you've got your legs crossed. From here, walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Keep your palms flat. So you come up to stand. Again, left leg is in front of your right. Walk your hands towards the right side of your mat and then begin to press them towards the left. You're going to get your twists going on here. Can you use the depth of your breathing to create space? And it's not going to be necessarily about the shape that you've just created. That's going to be relative. How much breath, calmness can you apply to this shape, regardless of that shape? And then walk through to center. This time walk your hands over towards the left, and then press your hips to the right. Get ever so subtly. You choose the pressure. Allow yourself to be with whatever happens here. I've been noticing a lot of poses that seem to be dictated by the studio that I was teaching in. Whatever reminded me of them within that studio, maybe the students or whatever, but I've been leaving them out. Go ahead and come back through to center. Walk your hands back forward to your high plank, or rather downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high, breathe in. Then exhale, bend your leg and stack your hips and draw circles. So again, one of those poses I've realized that I haven't been doing as much, rather, I don't think I've done it at all, is a warrior 2 down dog stretch. So if you've taken my classes, they should be somewhat familiar. So we're going to take it here. Come back to down dog. Before we switch though, left leg high, breathe in. And then swing it over and across your right leg. So cross your left shin on your right calf. Pinky toe to pinky toe, make them kiss. And then walk your hands back towards the back of your mat. This time start by walking your hands to the left first, then pressing your hip to the right. Man, that is sensational. Be there with that sensation. One more breath on this side. And then hands through to center, walk them towards the right. Gently press them towards the left. Again, this may be a subtle stretch. If you already have a fairly flexible side body or IT band, this may be where you find all your space. But be fair with yourself within it. Come back through to center, walk both hands to the top of your mat, flat palms as far as you can to down dog. Lift your left leg high, breathe in, bend your legs, stack your hips, draw some circles, y'all. Ooh, and these may be like kindergarten circles. They are janky. Just smooth them out as you can, right? Kindergarten's early. We're still early. Give yourself some time. Down dog when you're ready. Full round of breath. All right, homies, breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or maybe hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach up, get long, expand through your body. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. Close your eyes just for a moment. No matter what your body, your mind has said to you so far, find your intention here. Again, find that filter that you're applying, whether that's in a filter that you want to get out of your class, or if that's in a filter that you decide to take off, that you no longer need to look through. Make that choice. Breathe in. Audible, exhale out. Breathe in, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Ujjayi breath. Chair pose when you're ready. Bend your knees, hands up. Same thing as mountain pose here. Typical cues are feet together, knees together, chair pose. For me, dude, that's not good on my knees, not good on my hips. So, toe heel them out. Yeah, get funky with it. Now notice, when you walk your feet out, are your knees still stacked over your ankles, or do they go in or out? Keep them level. So even if your feet are closer together, knees get closer together. Feet wider, knees get wider. They all stay in line, like a team. Your chair pose. All right, from your chair pose, grab your left wrist with your right hand. So make a bracelet underneath your wrist. So you're not grabbing the joint, you're grabbing underneath the joint. Take a breath in, pull your left shoulder down. Then exhale with your right hand, pull your left hand up and over towards the right. So check in with your knees, make sure they're not trying to squeeze in closer together. Pull your left shoulder down so that when you stretch, you're stretching your actual side body. And everything from your shoulder is tight, it's supportive, so that you can stretch your side body rather than just pulling through the joints and the muscles of your shoulder. Inhale back through the chair, switch your grip. Pull your right shoulder down and then side body stretch towards the left. Again, talked about this a lot. I've actually been doing it a lot more now that I've had all this free time, but those pull down of your shoulder, again, locks it in place. Then you get to stretch it from a natural point rather than from that overly extended point. Inhale back up through your chair. Then exhale, back bend. Squeeze your elbows towards your ribs. Lift your heart, but keep your chair through your legs. Inhale back up to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. And then exhale, chaturanga. You get to clean the slate. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. All right, take your right leg high. Exhale, bend your legs, stack your hips. Draw your circles, one full round of breath each side. Come back through to center, three-legged dog. Breathe in. On your exhale, touch your right knee to your right tricep. So same side body, hold it here. On an inhale, lower your right knee towards your right wrist. Don't touch the ground if you can. Exhale, bring it back up like an elevator. Twice more, inhale low. Exhale, lift. Inhale low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, three leg. Then exhale, low lunge, step to your hands. All right, we made it, y'all. Left heel down towards the ground, but keep both hands on the mat. So line up your front heel with your back arch. Typical warrior two setup. But then, walk your hands off the left side of your mat. So you're gonna keep your legs in a warrior two shape, and you're gonna walk your chest away from your legs. So maybe more towards the middle of your mat if this pulls up too much sensation. Maybe walk it more towards the front left corner. You want to get your left side body, right side body, off of your right leg. You want to find this happy medium between walking your hands forward so you can press your hips back, but then without getting them too far forward so that where you still are able to get a stretch through it. You don't feel like you're overly extended. Equal pressure through both feet. Again, can you still press the pinky side of your left foot behind and away from you? Let your head get heavy, shake it yes and no. Two more breaths. All right, come back through to center. Lift your left heel off the ground, lower your knee down to the ground, quad stretch. Kick your left heel towards your glute. Reach back with your right hand. And grab for your foot, squeeze it in. Again, slow because it's early for these deeper stretches, but we're going to build on these as we go. I've said it before, but use these as a benchmark. So you decide, we're about 20-ish minutes into class, how this feels within that 20 minutes. When we revisit it later, see if it feels a little better, a little more accessible. All right, slowly here, stretch your left leg back out straight, release it with control. All right, from here, left hand stays down, lift your left knee off the ground, side plank. Roll to your left side, reach your right hand up, reach maybe your right leg up. Or if you want to take this even deeper, kick your right heel towards your glute. That can be enough, or you can grab your foot, kick into your foot, open your chest. All these are just the options. You can take your version of side plank, even that knee down that we started with. Last breath in, and then exhale, chaturanga. Hands down, flow. Inhale up, exhale down, full breath. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bend and stack. Circle one way, one direction, one breath. And the other direction, one breath. Come back through to three leg, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, hold. Inhale, lower to your wrist. Exhale, back up, we've got it twice more. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, three leg. Exhale, low lunge. Right heel down. Set up your warrior two legs. Again, take a second to get strong through your warrior two legs. Press your feet apart, then walk your hands towards the right. Again, left belly and side body off of your left thigh. Walk your hands forward. It's where you get a stretch. But you can also press through your hands. So you're attempting to drive your hips towards the left while still maintaining this driving of your feet apart so that your hip just doesn't jut to the left. It's got some resistance along the way. Two rounds of breath. Come back through to center. Lift your right heel, lower your right knee down. Kick your heel to glute, quad stretch. Reach back with your left hand. Grab your foot. If you want this deeper already, bend your elbows. Squeeze them together on your back to open up your chest. And can you keep dragging your right palm towards your right knee. Right knee towards your right palm. Last full breath. Again, gently release with control. Yeah. Both hands down. It's in the back. Side plank. Right hand stays down. Left hand lifts up. Maybe left foot lifts. Maybe you kick and grab your foot and then kick your foot into your hand to open up your chest. Last breath in. Exhale, hands down and flow. Breathe in together. Breathe out together. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Grab your left wrist at the top. And exhale, side bend towards the right. You can pull your left hip down as you pull your left wrist up. Inhale, back to center, switch. Exhale, towards the left, pull your right hip down, your right shoulder up. Inhale, back up to chair. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back and flow. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward dog, right leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, three leg. Exhale to your right tricep. Just one time through. Inhale, lower to your wrist. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, three leg. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Warrior to your legs, and then hands off to the left. We got 3 rounds of breath this time, so a little bit shorter. Be with it. All right, this time, walk your hands back in towards your legs. Keep your legs just like they are. Warrior 2. Open up. All right, so we got some side body business here, as you would have suggested, and let's just get it right to it. So hands behind your head. Press gently your fingers into the back of your head and your head right back into your fingers. And then pull your elbows out wide, so as if you're trying to bring them past the line of your vision, your peripheral vision. All right, take a breath in here. Then on your exhale, reach forward. Rather, on your inhale, reach forward, and then on your exhale, bring your right elbow towards your right knee. On your inhale, reverse warrior, but keep your arms like they are. Reach your right elbow up. Exhale, extended side angle variation. Again, inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Feel this movement through your side body, lengthening. On your exhales, contracting to pull you back up. And we're here for time, so let go of the number that you're doing here. Can you focus on the quality of movement? You got one more full round wherever you are. Meet in a reverse warrior. This time release your hand, reach your right hand up. One more time, breathe in. And exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. All right, left hand down, side plank. Inhale, reach your right hand up. If you want to keep your foot down, we're going to be here for a bit. We've got some movement. Breathe in your side plank. On your exhale, thread the needle. Reach your right arm underneath your left. And your right foot can be on the ground for support. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. 3 more times. In, out, in, out. Last time through. In and out. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back to plank. Float it down, dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bend and stack. Again, inhale, 3 leg. Exhale, left tricep. Hold here. Inhale, lower towards your wrist. Exhale, back up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior 2, just your legs. Walk your hands to the right. Find your warrior 2 down dog stretch. 3 rounds of breath. Drive your feet apart and then press your palms towards the right to lengthen to the left. Last full breath here, y'all. All right, walk your hands back through center. Frame your leg. And then warrior 2. Inhale, open up. Find your support. Your depth. Front knee on top of your ankle. Pressure through your back foot. And again, this is one of those poses where I have to bend my back leg to get a little more space through my right hip flexor. So if you're feeling some tightness there, your right pocket, bend your leg. See if that helps. Then take your hands behind your head if you did on the other side. Gonna breathe in, lengthen forward, left elbow to the front of the room. And then exhale, try to tap it to your left knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior, drive your left elbow up. Exhale, extended side angle variation. Keep it going in. And out. Again, in. And out. This is your movement, take it away. What's changed on this side is it something that you can adjust for? Or is it something just simply to take into account? To maybe do it differently a little bit later. Or maybe just a little less intense. Just here for 3. For 2. Last 1. And then meet in reverse warrior. Reach your left hand up. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Right hand stays down. Side plank. I'm going to keep my left foot down for support. Reach your left hand up. Breathe in. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm under your right. Press the ground away. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Again, inhale up. Exhale, thread. In. And out. We've got it 3 more times. You've got this. In. And out. In. And out. 1 more time through. In. And out. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands down, step back to plank. Flow. Inhale. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right, breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose on an inhale. Meet me there. All right, strong chair. Took this past couple of weeks, or a couple of times in the past couple of weeks. If it's new, familiar to you, check in for the ride. If it's not, let's do this. Take your thumbs to your heart. Press them there. Keep them there. Keep a strong bend in your legs. You got strong chair pose legs. Thumbs connected to your heart. Take a breath in. On your exhale, twist with your thumb still touching your chest by squeezing your obliques and twisting your right elbow back. Inhale back through to center. Then exhale, twist towards the left. Thumb stays touching your chest. Can you squeeze your obliques to get a little bit deeper? And I know that it gets a lot easier. Keep this going, breath and movement. It gets a lot easier when you let go of that connection and you just twist into your shoulders. Can you start to use the strength of your obliques? Hear my voice straining here by twisting them without without trusting or without putting that twist, that space into your shoulders. This is all about oblique. 2 more times each side. Checking with the shape of your chair. Can you deepen it while still maintaining this deep twist? And back through to center. Chair pose. Reach up. Exhale, forward, fold. Hold here. Gorilla pose. Step your feet wide as your hips. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Palms face up until your toes touch your wrist. Bend your legs until your chest rests on your legs and thighs. Then, with the crown of your head melting towards the mat, pull your elbows to the side. Gorilla pose. Pull of your elbows tractions your chest and head towards the ground. You can counter that by pressing your heels a little more to the mat. Get a little more stretch through your hamstring and low back. 3 breaths. Release your legs, toe your feet together. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Super slow. Head comes up last. Alright. Let us add on. Because I'm feeling the add on. Truth time. I didn't really come in here with like a definite plan. So let's just keep this going, feeling it out. I hope you're feeling it. Take it to one-legged mountain pose. Lift your left knee up with you on an inhale. Now notice how high your knee gets up towards your chest. It feels like you're getting so much space there, like you're activating the crap out of your abdominals. But can you focus more, bringing your knee in line with your hip so that you don't overuse your hip flexor? I'm more than willing to bet that your hip flexor was taking over that job rather than your abdominals. Work to keep it knee in line with your hip. Flex your toes towards your face. Work to keep your ankle underneath your knee. Take a breath here. And then on your exhale, lightning warrior. So keep the bend in your leg. Bend your right leg. Reach your left leg straight back. Land with a crescent lunge in your legs and your hands behind you. So take this super slow. Once you've landed, lift your back heel up to stack on top of your toes. And then check in with the stack of your front knee. Can you lengthen your chest forward, squeeze your shoulders together? Now this should feel a little strenuous. If you want to take this even further, really check in with your posture here. Roll on top of your left tiptoes until you come onto the top of your toenails. You've still got the shape. Your left foot still touches the ground, but now you've got less pressure from your left leg. Can you still lengthen through your entire spine? And then on an inhale, one-legged mountain pose, slow as control. Bring your left knee back up with you, come up to stand. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. Alright, that was fun for me. Was it fun for you? Let's try the other side. Let's see. One-legged mountain pose on an inhale. Lift your right knee up. You can notice, is it high to your chest? Bring it in line with your hip. Probably said knee in line with your knee earlier. It doesn't make sense. Knee in line with hip. Flex your toes. Engage your leg. Breathe in. Exhale, lightning warrior. Slow entry. Bend your left leg. Send your right leg back. Arms extend behind you. Find your crescent lunge shape. Then lift your heels. Stack it on top of your toes. Bend into your left leg. Squeeze your shoulders together. So you want to have this launch pad, this ramp from your heel and this straight line up your spine right off the top of your head. If you did it on the other side, roll on top of your right tiptoes and then to the top of your toenails. Get light on your right foot. And inhale, one-legged mountain. Bring your right knee up with you. Come to stand. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. Whew. Wiggle it out. All right, step 1 done. Step 2. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Left knee lifts. Exhale, lightning warrior, a little bit faster. This time on your inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach up through center. Again, exhale, lightning warrior. Inhale, high crescent, reach up. Exhale, lightning warrior, lean forward. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, lean forward. This time hold. If you did it before, roll to your tiptoes. If you didn't, Try it. Roll onto your tiptoes. Get light on your left toes and then lift your left foot, airplane pose. Woo! Trick job, but we're here. Airplane pose. You can bend your right leg. Attempt to get your chest parallel and flat towards the ground. If that means bend your right leg a lot, that's okay. You can begin to play with the straightness of your right leg once you have a flat parallel spine. 3 more rounds of breath. A little different this time. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, eagle pose, left leg over, left arm under. Whew. Hope you're feeling this. Squeeze your thighs together if you're not feeling it. Squeeze your arms together. Then lift your elbows in line with your shoulders. Press your hands away from your face. One more round of breath. And then inhale, one-legged mountain, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to your heart, shake out your legs. Ooh. All right, y'all, we got one more side, and then we get to move on. We're gonna flow this out. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, right leg lifts. Exhale, lightning warrior with control, send it back. Into your lunge, arms extend behind you, lift your back heel. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach up. Exhale, lightning warrior. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Exhale, lightning. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, lightning. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, lightning. Again, inhale up. Exhale, lightning. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lightning warrior. Lean forward, roll over your right tiptoes, toenails to the ground, then float your right foot. Lift your legs up. Ooh, bad entry. Here we go. This is the one. Reach your right foot back. Drive your feet down. Left foot, rather. But again, you can still drive your left foot down with a bend in your left leg. And there's still flatness and power through your leg with a bend. Then find even more power to straighten. But again, straightness is not the goal. It's to support yourself with a completely flat spine and extended legs. 2 more breaths. And inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Right leg comes up with you. Exhale, eagle pose. Right leg over, right arm under. Whew. My hip was waiting for that. Find your stability. Same thing here, belly in, squeeze thigh to thigh. Lift your elbows in line with your shoulders. Press your hands away from your face. Can you check in with the strength of your core? Draw your belly up and in. All right, last full breath. You got this. Inhale, one-legged mountain, right leg lifts. Exhale, forward fold, feet together, hands to your heart, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Flow that out. Down dog on your exhale. Full round of breath, y'all. Let it settle. All right, look to the top of your mat, breathe in. On your exhale, step, hop, float forward through to a seat. And then come to lying on your back. We're not done yet. I'm sorry if that's a disappointment. Come to lying on your back. Bring both knees in towards your chest and then let them fall towards the left. Now if you want to bring a block in between your legs for more support, that's fine. Just bring yourself to a twist towards the left. We got some oblique crunches. I'm not doing this because I hate y'all. I promise. Lift your shoulders off the ground, breathe in. Exhale, lift your chin and chest to the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale, lift. Inhale up. Exhale, lift. And then keep that going, breath to movement. During quarantine, I've been less focused on strength building and more on maintenance. But within that, I've noticed what I've needed to add on for strength. Core, glutes, back. So be there with it here. This is something that your body can benefit from, not just aesthetically. Just for 3. for 2. Last one. And then as quick as you can, right to the other side. Keep the sanctity of your movement going. Hands behind your head. Begin your obliques on your left side. And again, it wasn't until I noticed pain or tightness that I realized what I was losing, or rather what I wasn't maintaining as well as I thought I was. So this is what I'm adding on to that. So we all benefit. Yay. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Come back through to center. Bridge pose. Press your heels down, lift up your hips. Now, all the parts of your abdominals that you were just constricting, I want you to fill them up with breath. Stretch out every part of your abdominals. One more full round. Lower down through center. Hips to the ground. Take your right ankle over your left knee for a supine figure 4. I'm taking this on the ground so that we have an option to twist from here, but if you'd rather take a pigeon pose, go for a pigeon pose. You can take the same shape in your legs, just on your belly. Reach behind your right leg or left leg, maybe the front of your shin instead. Just notice what is actually happening through your hips. Are both hip bones connected to the ground, both sit bones, your low back flat? Can you press your right knee away from you, whether with your hand, your elbow, or the strength of your own leg? All right, let's get a side body twist in. Take one more full round of breath here. Relax just your left foot to the ground. Take eagle leg. So you'll cross your right thigh over your left. But then we're going to rotate towards the right. So take your arms to a T. You can scoot your hips towards the left to start, but then rotate towards the right. So now your right calf is pulling down on your left knee and stretching all the way up your left side body. So it may be an IT band stretch. It may be obliques if your IT band isn't that tight. Depends on where along that kinetic chain it's getting resisted. Either way, be there with it. One more breath. Come back to center on an inhale. You have the option to separate your legs, or you can keep them together. Once you get to center, separate them fully, and then windshield wiper your legs left and right. Step your feet as wide as your mat. A broken bridge. Left and right. If it feels good to take longer, take longer. And then supine figure 4, left ankle over your right knee. Pull your right leg in towards your chest. Same thing here. Spine is flat. Left knee, press it away, either with the strength of your leg or your arm or your elbow. One more full breath. Then release your foot down. Eagle your legs. Move your hips towards the right. Then rotate towards the left. Arms stay to a T. You can get that leverage to extend out so that when you twist, your shoulders don't come with you. If your shoulders start to come with you, that takes away the deepness of the stretch. The depth of the stretch is lost. And therein is the challenge. One more breath. Knees come back through to center. Broken bridge again. Feet wide as your mat. Let your knees knock in left and right. Slow, maybe quick. You choose, you choose. Once that's good, come back through to center. Hug your knees to chest. Roll up to a seat. Gently. Take it into a seated forward fold. If you're digging wide leg, take your legs wide. Same thing. Reach your hands up above your head. Breathe in. Pause here on your breath out. And notice what's fighting you to stay lifted. Can you relax it? Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Grab your feet. You can grab the ground, your shins, whatever connection you have. The goal, again, is to lengthen your spine with link through your entire spine. It's really hard to lengthen out this curved spine, and it feels like there's depth happening there. Can you create that depth with longevity first? Then, once you found that space, round into it, take up more. If they're seated, legs together if they're not already. Take your hands out in front of you, and then lower down a quarter of the way. Flex your toes. Pause here. And can you find spirit fingers? Try to reach them a little closer towards your toes. Flex your toes rather closer towards your feet. And then lower about halfway. And then pause. Belly in. So you should be on your sacrum here. Tailbone tucked underneath you. Slight roundness through your low back. And then a little bit lower, about 3/4 of the way. Flex your toes. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Unravel your spine. Pull your heels towards your hips. Bridge. If you want wheel, I'll take you there. If you want bridge, stay with bridge. Once you have bridge for wheel, bring your hands by your ears. Fingers point towards your feet, thumbs are by your ears. And press into your hands. Maybe lift to the back of your head first, or top of your head, so that you can adjust your hands to support you. Then press into the ground. Lift your chest and your hips. And keep squeezing your thighs together. Get that constriction in. Press your shins forward, and then resist that with your arms so your hips get a little higher. Two breaths. Widen out your palms completely flat. Inhale, lift to your tiptoes. Exhale, lower down, slow. One vertebrae at a time. Shoulders, middle, lower back. Tailbone last. Hug your knees to your chest. Squeeze them in. And then supine twist. Left leg straight, just like we started. Pull your right knee across to the left. And second time. Check in with the benchmark of how this felt earlier. Can it be allowed to find a little more space? Even if there's not extra space, can you add less tension to hold this same shape? And the only speak of yoga, the asanas part of yoga, Patanjali, was that they be comfortable and they have ease. Come back through to center, switch out your legs. And within that itself, it takes the understanding that to find that ease and comfortability, there needs to be that strong base layer. So just because it's ease and comfort doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy, or that it won't be uncomfortable at times. Inhale through to center. Hug your knees to your chest. One last time. Round your forehead in. Give it a squeeze. Create some constriction through your entire body. So draw your belly in, squeeze your arms in. One more breath. Exhale, Shavasana. Release your legs out. If you had blocks or bends in your knees to start, you may want to take that here, or you may have found the space where that's no longer necessary. Either way, even if it's not more space, and especially if it's not necessarily where you want it to end up, can you use that to learn? Something to grow from. Shavasana. If you can make this last longer, feel free. There's no shame in falling asleep in Shavasana. Sometimes that can be the signal that your body needed the rest. And it may be that point that once you wake up from that you find yourself invigorated and ready to go. But either way, you decide what happens here. If that means movement gently to wake up your body, start that. If you require more Shavasana and rest time, stay. As you make your movements, start to make them a little bigger, a little more methodical, with purpose. And then pull your knees into your chest. Option here to roll to side for fetal pose, or you can roll up the length of your spine. Swift movement to the top of your mat. Cross-legged, somewhere comfortable. Hands at your heart. Prayer position. There's a student and a teacher that resides in us. In yoga, we honor and recognize that by bowing towards one another and sharing the words. Namaste. Good job, y'all. Thanks for sticking it out. Late night Wednesday. I've been digging this. This has been fun. I hope you dug it as well. Again, my name is Jeremy. If you have not added me on Instagram, do it. It's fun. It's at JerPose. And I'm, again, always up for request feedback of these classes as well. So if you have something that you're wanting to see, a couple weeks ago we were working mostly on handstands, and it just kind of varies. So if you want to see something, ask me up. We'll make it work. Otherwise, thank y'all so much for joining. Have a good rest of your night. Namaste, yogis.